joining me on another insightful week on the Ghanaian Farmer. My name is Sengunam. If this is your first time on my channel, please subscribe and share the link. This week, I'm seated in between two amazing, beautiful ladies who have found themselves in a male-dominated sector, fisheries or aquaculture. On my right is one beautiful lady who just graduated from Lagos State University in Nigeria. And then my sister on my left is from Liberia. So I'm going to have a conversation with the two of them to find out what was the motivation that derived them to go into aquaculture. Thank you for joining me.
Welcome.
Jonathan Abigail
Yeah.
from Nigeria.
Yeah.
You're welcome to Ghana.
Thank you.
And then Victoria, right?
Yes.
Okay, from Liberia.
Yes.
All right. So, Victoria, how long has it been since you started fish farming?
They have not been long. It's almost 4 months now.
4 months.
Yes.
Who introduced you into fish farming?
My boss lady, Madam Sabina.
Okay.
Yeah, owner of the investment.
Right. All right. So, what kind of pond do you have? Are you doing it in the stream, or you have a pond like what we see behind us?
No, we are not doing the stream.
Okay.
It's a pond that is
A pond like this. So, what's the capacity of your farm? How many fishes do you have in the pond?
For now in the pond we got 10.
You have
910.
910, almost 1,000.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Abigail, what did you study? You just graduated from the university. What did you study in the university?
I studied fisheries.
Fisheries.
Yeah.
Okay. What motivated you to go and study fisheries in the university?
Right from childhood, I love something, natural environment. I love seeing something growing up from this natural environment. So
Okay.
that motivated me to, study fisheries. I love seeing things grow. I should feed them and seeing them, growing up. So that motivated me to go into fisheries.
Okay. So, how long has it been since you started working in the aquaculture?
Almost 4 months.
4 months.
Yes.
Okay. So, what is the motivation? Why did you settle on aquaculture?
What motivated me is I have had passion for doing aquaculture, but at the time I was in the university, they were not offering me that.
Okay. You didn't offer aquaculture in the university as
Yes,
well.
at
But what did
that
you
time,
study?
general agriculture.
General agriculture.
Yes.
Okay, so there was no certification
Yes.
or specialization.
Yes,
Okay.
at that time.
Right.
Yeah, but now
Which
they
year
launched
is
it.
this?
That was 2019 to 2020.
2019
Yeah.
to 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. Abigail, what did you study in the university?
I studied fisheries.
Fisheries.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did you specialize at?
Aquaculture.
Aquaculture.
Yeah.
Who introduced you or who advised you to go and study fisheries?
Actually, is my passion from
It's your passion.
Yes, from childhood.
Okay.
So I went to school to study fisheries, for me to be able to establish myself when I'm done with school.
Okay.
Not that I will go out and be looking for jobs.
Job.
No,
Okay,
I
so
don't
you
want
wanted
that.
to become self-employed.
Yeah,
All right. So how long has it been since you completed school?
2 years.
2 years. Have you had any physical contact with a fish farm yet?
Yes.
Is this your first time?
Not
Or
really.
You've trained on other farms?
Yes,
Okay. So how long have you been in Ghana so far?
just a month.
Just a month.
Yeah.
What are some of the things that you have learned here which wasn't taught in the classroom?
Basically, I would just say, let me say, the practical experience.
Right.
That is what I need right now, and actually, I'm getting it right now.
Practical experience, such as what? Be specific. What and what?
To test for the water pyramid.
Testing water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feeding. Directly you giving the feed to the fish, not like
Right.
you give fish feed to the feed, but now you are doing it.
Okay.
So that's what
Some of the things you are learning so far.
Yeah.
Okay. Victoria.
Yes.
How big is your pond and what is the capacity of fish you have in your pond?
The pond I have is not very big. It's
Okay.
16 by 19.
16 by 19.
Yes.
Okay.
And the total number of fish that we have there is 910.
900.
Almost 1,000.
Almost 1,000.
Yes.
Okay. Over here, it's heavily male dominated.
Yeah.
But we are encouraging women to go. How is it like in Liberia?
It's the same.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
There are a lot of men than women.
Yes.
So on your farm, do you have men in the farm?
Yeah, we got many work there. At the farm, we are into not only fish farming.
Okay.
Yeah, we are
You do other things.
Yes, we do other
Okay.
things.
So how do you work alongside the men? How easy or difficult is it for you?
For me, it's not difficult because once I get on the farm,
Right.
where I see that I don't have knowledge and I see you as a male, I'm making my friend.
Okay.
Even if you're getting angry, I will do something to,
Make you happy.
so just
Okay.
get it. If I notice you are the food there, I
Right.
cook.
Okay.
and bring you eat. So with that, we establish relationship, and
Okay.
then I start to ask you questions.
Right.
Gradually, we're gonna.
You bond together.
Yes.
Abigail is saying that practically she's learned how to test water quality, how to feed, how to take data. So far, for the few days you have been on Flow Cell Farm,
Yeah.
what and what have you learned?
I've learned a lot.
Okay, such as what?
Such as number one, the different machines that
Okay.
they use.
Right.
Num- the DO meter.
Mhm.
There we don't have.
Okay.
We don't have DO meter. But from Monday till now, I know how to read.
Okay.
The DO meter, how to test my water level, and I have learned how to collect fries and eggs.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
As a male-dominated sector, are you not feeling uncomfortable working, especially Flow Cell? We have a lot of men here. How do
No,
you feel working alongside them?
no. Actually, I find it very, very interesting to
Okay.
work with them. To interact with
Right.
them. Share knowledge and
Okay.
so. So
Back in Nigeria, how big is the fishery sector?
ah, we are in Nigeria. We are populated.
Exactly.
So the fish farming industry is also wide,
Okay.
and we produce a lot of catfish, most
Okay, you do
especially.
more catfish
Yeah.
compared to tilapia in
Yes.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Okay.
But tilapia also is even gaining ground now, not just
Okay.
only catfish.
Right.
Yeah.
The tilapia is also gaining ground.
Yeah.
How about the marketing? How do you go about the marketing? Do the buyers come to the farm, or you have to go out there and sell to them?
It's in between.
Okay.
The farmers also go to the
Right.
to the consumer, while the consumer also go to the farmers.
Okay. What are some of the challenges that the few farms you have worked with, you realize is happening in these farms in Nigeria, and what do you see differently here that you think you can go and implement it?
It's just no, yeah, the level at which each individual operates.
Right.
What you are doing is different from what this farm also doing. So just like the feeding aspect, the feeding tray, you have to put the
Yeah.
feed.
Yeah.
But right now in
Nigeria,
Nigeria, the ones that we're saying is just to
the one they throw.
yeah.
Okay.
But right now I can see the
Flow cell farm.
yes, with this process farm feeding,
They have different method and
yes,
styles
how
of feeding.
they try to give the fish their feed. It helps to decrease the level of wastage.
Wastage. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I get to Nigeria,
Right.
at least
You will learn something new and then when implementing your farm.
yes.
Okay. But aside that, what else do you think that young women, what's the level of women participation in fish farming in Nigeria?
It's on an increase also.
Okay.
So we are actually trying to go into the business, not
Right.
like we are leaving the old women to it.
To
No,
do
no,
it all
no,
by themselves.
no, no, no.
Okay. Are you enjoying your 4-month journey working in a fishery farm? Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I'm enjoying it
Okay.
because I learn a lot every day.
Right.
As it comes, I learn anything.
Okay. And another thing would be, what are the methods that you think that you can implement in your fish farms in Liberia that will help grow than it is now?
A lot of mentors.
Okay.
A lot of mentors. Firstly, the cage.
The cage.
Yes.
Okay.
You really don't have it there.
You don't have a cage.
Yes.
So it's mainly the pond.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people just started there.
Right.
So from the knowledge I will gain here, I will go and then
Implemented that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So from the side I come from, you don't see that much.
At all.
Yes.
Okay, but I'm told you have a lot of streams, rivers. You
It
have a lot
depends
of
now,
okay,
the place
where
is
you find
defined.
yourself.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Abigail, with Nigeria, do you have the stream as well? Do you do the caged one, or is that mainly the pond?
We do.
You do both.
Yes, we do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. A lot of people say that aquaculture industry is capital intensive. Is it true? When you came here, is that what you see?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Actually, you will need a lot of fund.
Mm.
You can't just when you're trying to, have a farm and you are making use of just little capital. You have your just like your output also will be what low. But when you put in enough fund
Yeah.
to establish all this quality facilities,
Yeah.
your output also will be
Would
what
work be big.
large.
Do you see prospects, opportunities in the aquaculture sector that you
Yes.
encourage women to actually go for
A
it?
lot.
Okay.
Yes. I see a lot. Back in our country now, we ask the spirit is waking up. At first, it was just old people
Okay.
meal, but the narratives are changing now.
Okay. The young people are now
Yeah,
getting involved. Okay.
getting involved. Meaning places that you see a lot of meal,
Mm.
they are getting involved. And I feel by doing that, you are at an advantage. Yeah, you are at a good place by doing that. Because the group that came here, I'm the only lady.
You are the only lady.
Yes.
Oh, your leader didn't try. You should have brought more women. The next delegation, we'll make sure he bring more women. All right. So, Abigail, technology wise,
Yeah.
you realize that in Flow Cell there are a lot of technology stuff that are happening.
Yes.
How is the situation like in Nigeria?
How we are there,
Okay.
we are getting there. The technology aspect also is improving daily.
Mm.
So just like in Flosser also, it's good.
And you made mention on the brief side that you sell the
Yes.
fish. Is
Yeah.
it tilapia?
No, catfish.
Catfish.
Yeah, the
How do you
smoke,
the
the
smoked
smoked.
one?
Yeah.
Did you bring me some? Then your interview I will not play it. Oh. I will not play because interview because she didn't bring me the smoked catfish she's selling in
When is I'm
Nigeria.
in Ghana, I'll bring
Okay.
it.
All right. But how did you feel when you were called that you were coming for a training in Ghana on aquaculture? How did you feel?
Happy, I was very happy that I'm coming somewhere else to add what I know.
Okay.
And what I will learn there that I will implement it there and have a good result. Not just implement it, but implement with good results.
Okay. All right. So we are wrapping up our interview. Is there any need that you ask stakeholders from private sector to government to investors who are watching you from Liberia? Is there anything you would ask them to support the sector so that it grows bigger than it is now?
Yes.
What is that special need you would want them to have?
For me, the special need are to provide the food because the feeding aspect is
The
very
feeding.
yes.
Okay.
The feeding aspect is very costly and it's not kind of because if you don't have money to import feed,
Yeah.
you have nothing.
Okay.
So now you find out that most farmers do their
Right.
feeds locally.
Okay.
Yeah, locally. From the training we had yesterday, just opened my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was sitting there and just calculating because you know the fish feed, it should carry not less than 35% of protein.
Okay.
Yeah, and the soya beans has a lot of protein. So I was just
Exactly.
thinking, I said when I get back, I think in addition, I will open a soya beans
Farm.
farm.
Ah, that's very good.
Yeah.
Victoria is thinking the right direction. She wants to go into soya bean production because it contains a lot. You know, when it comes to the fish feed, soya bean plays a major role. So she would go into. But do you grow soya bean in Liberia?
Hmm?
Do you grow soya bean in Liberia?
Yeah, yeah. But
Okay,
you won't find it much.
it's not so common.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So she took it from the angle of feed. Feed is
Okay.
very costly, not just in Liberia, also in Ghana as well. And so we are encouraging some discounts and all that. But when it comes to you, after your 2 months stay here in Flowcell, going back, what would you tell those young people, first of all, who are not interested when agriculture or even aquaculture is mentioned? And secondly, the major stakeholders like the private stakeholders, the government, what would you tell them to do?
Okay. For me, when I'm back to Nigeria,
Yeah.
my country, I want to, establish myself
Okay.
fully, not like on small scale,
Okay.
on large
You want
scale.
to go into a large scale production.
Yeah,
Then you have
not
money. Abigail, you have money. You have money, Abigail. Don't forget to employ me
okay.
when you establish
Not
your farm.
catfish alone,
You
tilapia
do tilapia and
as well.
catfish, okay?
Yes. And to the stakeholders, I want them, to encourage we the youths
Right.
to, to patronize us, to sponsor us, not like locally, internationally. When there is training anywhere, at least they should push out the youth to sponsor them to go and learn so that they'll be able to to give back to the community fully. Not like
Okay, how did you hear about the program and applied? Who introduced you to it?
actually it was my supervisor
Your supervisor.
in school.
So it's being sponsored by which organization?
Wish.
Wish.
Yeah.
Okay. Wish, thank you so much. You've been doing a lot for Ghanaian and the African continent when it comes to increasing fish production and then eating well, healthy, nutritional meal. We are so much grateful to Wish. Abigail, thank you so much for spending time with me.
Welcome.
Abigail didn't want to talk so much. Same as Victoria from Liberia. Your final words to people who are watching you, especially those who do not have or still have not made up their mind to go into this space, what do you have to tell them?
What I have to tell me is that they should make up their mind now because going into this, and back in Liberia, you will not be fully dependent on working for someone to pay you. You will be established, you will be self-employed, making your own money, run things. People don't have to tell you be at this place by 6 a.m. You will give order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello. Victoria will be giving orders. All right. It's so sweet when you're a boss. You
Yeah,
control
yeah.
your time, you
Yes.
count your money,
Yes.
you give the instructions,
Yes.
but you invest as well. You should know that part. My name is Anyanam, and this has been the Ghanaian Farmer. Another insightful, interesting conversation with two beautiful sisters of mine, one from Nigeria, one from Liberia. Victoria from Liberia, and Abigail from Nigeria, a few miles away. I should be in this country to interact with them and see what's happening when it comes to agriculture in general. Until then, I'll see you next week. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And thank you very much. We'll see you on the flip side. Bye bye.